Good morning. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you're here. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader, and here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. I'm going to give you a daily Elliott Wave forecast and just show you where I think we're headed on a daily basis. We're always handle Bitcoin and Litecoin for the most part, and we add a sprinkle of Ethereum in there most of the time. So let's take a peek at the markets this morning. Got to jump in. I got to get ready for work. I'm going to see Brian Regan tonight do his thing. He's a comedian. He's amazing, so I might throw out some Brian Regan lines. Today we will have a random comment today, so be listening in the video for the time for the random comment. Let's see who's listening and watching. So all right, let's jump in. What do we got going on? Well, we got to take a peek here. We're looking at Bitcoin first. Don't forget, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not intended to be financial advice. It is my opinion on the market only, and you do your research as well. I'm showing you how I spend my money, but I'm not telling you how to spend yours. All right. Now, what do we got here? We've got two possibilities, and we have two strong possibilities here. We have a triangle here, A, B, C. We're getting D, coming down for E. Okay, now the problem with this is that this needs to be three waves, and what we have here, is an impulse wave, and so we got to really pay attention here. So in a triangle, everything has to be three waves. Okay, it can't just be straight waves. It needs to be three waves. So you can see three waves there. Okay, then you can see three waves here easily, and then you got three waves here to the downside. So we've got an A, a B, and a C. Now what we're getting here is a five-wave move. Okay, and so that tells us that. That impulse is just, that would be the first leg of a three-wave move. Probably going to get a move down and then another move up. Now, so we got to finish this impulse here. If this is a triangle, so we should be looking for five waves to the upside. We'll finish that, come back down, and retest it. If it's a triangle, that's the shape we're looking for. It's going to look like a breakout of that triangle. It's gonna really that trend line can be altered several different ways. Let me draw the trend line another way here. Something like that might be okay, and even that might be all right. So understand that. Well, sorry. That trend line isn't doesn't have to hold every aspect of the triangle. It just is going to be in that general vicinity. In fact, triangles are notorious for breaking out of them and then breaking back and something like that. So don't be afraid or don't be surprised if stuff like that happens. So basically, we've got a five-wave move here. Once it's finished, and we're waiting on it to finish, we need to see a three-wave pullback and then a third wave to the upside, and that would be our three-wave move. Okay, because all of these moves are three waves. Okay, you got to see that. So if this is going to be a triangle, this needs to be a three-wave move. Now, what else could it be? What else could this be? Well, this could be a big WXY, I believe. We have a W, we have an X, and we have a Y wave. That Y wave, now in a WXY, what a WXY is a triple. It's basically a double zigzag with an X wave in the middle, and that X wave can be any three-wave structure. Okay, and so you got basically your first. Your first three-wave structure right here in the WXY. Let me see if I can show you. We got 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's your X wave, which is a three-wave structure. It's an ABC zigzag, and now we would expect our Y wave to be a three-wave structure. We could have actually, here's the first wave. This could be the second wave, B and C. So this is my primary count right now. It makes the most sense to me as far as where price is going. This B wave would be an expanded flat, is what it would be, if that's the case. So I like that. So that expanded flat gives you basically an A, a B, and a C, and that C wave needs to be five waves. And I think this five waves that we're getting is indeed that expanded flat. This five waves that we're getting is that C wave. So we have to zoom in and see what we can see. But keep in mind, still could be a triangle. I don't know. I don't know the future. I never do. I always want to say that. I don't want to pretend like I know. Elliott Wave isn't about knowing. It's about looking at the data that we have, and then projecting what price could be from there. Okay. So let's take a peek here at this wave and see if it's close to finished. All right, 15-minute chart is too close. Let's get to the 1 hour and try that. There we go. That'll help us. Now, I had a bit of a tricky wave right here. Question mark around that wave. We definitely have an impulse wave working here. We've got one, two. Now either this is three, the top of three, or this is the top of three. Not sure which. My count up to this point as had this being the top of three. This is a really, really shallow four. It's a really crappy four is what that is. And then we have one, two, making the 3, 4, and a 5. Could come all the way up to $11,200 potentially. Let's throw the fibs on it just to see what that's looking like. $11,290 at the 618. So yeah, let's throw the fibs on that particular move and see what that's going to be. Let's see. We've got 1, 2. Now we're making the third wave. Wow, this thing wants to come all the way up to 11,250 for the third wave. If I exclude that wick a little bit, it might be up there. Yeah, we could have just a short 5. Excuse me, I'm yawning like crazy today. Sorry about that. My brain's getting going. I've been up for a while, but I guess when I talk, I'm using all my oxygen. Let's see. Something like that. So we're looking for the third wave to come up here at 11,002. We're going to see a little bit of a pullback potentially, and then we'll make our way up to 11,300. That's probably, and that kind of correlates with this trend line up here. So that's what I'll be watching here for this wave. I would expect it to be a good short here around 11,200 to 11,300 in that ballpark. But I'm not giving you that number. It's just something to watch for, an area, a zone to watch for to have a potential short. Don't just set your targets at those numbers because I set them. Okay, trading isn't about just having somebody's projected targets and then just putting your numbers there. You have to be nimble and watch the market and wait for confirmations and things of that nature. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. We need to finish this 5 waves. This 5 waves looks like it's going to be finishing up in the vicinity of 11,300, maybe 11,400. Now, what would happen after that? If it's a triangle, what we need to see, if it's a triangle, man, that's going to come up so high. If it's a triangle, we need to see a 3-wave pullback. And then another 5-wave move up to the upside. It needs to be a 3 waves, okay? It'd be an odd shape. I don't like the triangle, guys. I just don't. But I don't want to exclude it yet. It's not ready to be excluded. If price is coming all the way up here in this 5-wave move, which it definitely could, this looks like an ABC to me. Okay, let's throw the fibs on that and see what that would bring us to. Dude, look at that. The 1276 is right there at 11,260. $11,200 right there is the 1276. I mean, that makes me sit up and listen. This could be again WXY, guys, and we're coming down from there. Good short in this region anyway. Could be just a 3-wave move. Could be a larger move than that. Good idea to go short anyway. At least I'll be doing that, going short up in that region, and then watching what wave kind of develops. Okay, so there's Bitcoin got 2 possibilities here. So if it's the triangle, look for a 3-wave move back down towards this trend line. It doesn't have to reach the trend line, but here's the deal: if it comes back down It needs to be shaped something like this, and then it needs to come back down, and then we're off to the races. Okay, so that's what the triangle is going to look like. What else could it be? Well, it could be the WXY, like that, and then we're down, and then we're off to the races after that. That's my bias. That's what I think. That's the way it looks to me better. It looks better to me that way. So yeah. One other way to look at this wave, and I just want to show it to you here. Up back here, we had this wave here. It looked like a three wave was finished, and then we got this extra wave down to the downside, and then the short wave, and then you had a five wave move after that. So look at this pattern here. Basically, it's like this. You know, we had a finish, kind of a deeper correction, but then we got one more wave that was kind of short, and then a correction, and then we had five wave move to the upside. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Just zoom in here. 15-minute chart. Looks like we finished something, had this deep, kind of deepish correction. Then we got that other move, and then we had a short wave. We could be just getting a five wave move like this. And so let me show you what that move might look like if that's the case. Again, I'm just thinking about possibilities. So if I exclude this as a wave that's part of this, but rather it's part of this, then here's my one wave right here. We've already made that 1, 2, 3 wave, 4, and we're making the 5, and the 5 is going to finish here around 11,000. Watch out for that. Be careful with that as a possibility. As a whoop. Yeah, watch out for that. Just be careful. Okay? I'm not sure that I'd be going long to the top here. I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do, and everything's risky right now. I'd be looking for short, looking for this wave to finish topping out. Just be patient for it, and look for the short. That's the solid play. So yeah, that's a possibility. Just be aware of it. You could also get an extended wave up here. So this would be, keep doing it. Still coming up to that $11,200 mark. So that would get us to the 11,200 mark, which is closer to the range of my 618 extension of the range. So yeah, I mean, I don't like that, guys, and it is really tricky, but it's tricky. And so basically, if you take this five wave impulse as the finishing wave of that, then this is your one wave too, and this is a really truncated four, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the trick here. That's the difficulty here. I don't know which is right. I'm inclined to say this is your one wave, and then a two, and then we're in the third, and we're going up higher, right? But I want to be prepared for market maker shenanigans, because you got them over here. Okay, you got a five wave impulse to the top, and then this little dumpy wave, and then it just looks like a three wave structure. Let me see. Let me throw the fibs on this. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like a three wave, and it just doesn't look right. So be careful, be careful, be careful. So triangle's still in play. WXY is still in play. That's what we're looking for. Still looking for a target between 11,200 to 11,400. Looking for a short somewhere in there. That's what I'm looking for. That short should be, just a review. I'm just reviewing. That short should be a three wave move to the downside or a five wave move to the downside. We'll have to wait and see. All right, let's look at Litecoin. Okay, Litecoin is still correcting. We came down to the 1276. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks done. This might be the one wave followed by a two wave. Might get a nice trade to the upside from here. As long as we bounce from this region where we are right now, expect a decent little trade up to about, I don't know, $69 or so. Could be higher, but actually, it's too small of a time frame. Sorry about that. I mean, that wave is still valid. That's going to correlate with Bitcoin's move to the upside. But yeah, we've got basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So need to make the fifth wave. We're in the middle of the fourth wave to the downside. Okay. Now what the larger structure is here. This looks, impulsive. Five waves. Looks like what we're getting. Looks like what we're getting is a 5, a 3, and now we need 5 waves to the upside, and we're getting the first wave of that. So we're basically getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get a 3-wave pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and then we would have basically our ABC to the upside, and look for it to tank after that. All right, that's what we're looking for. Let's just jump out to the 4-hour and just take a peek at Litecoin. This count is all kinds of bad. I hate my count. I hate it. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, I don't think so. Could be ABC, ABC, and we're getting 3. This whole thing is just so hard to understand. This, however, looks impulsive. It looks like a 5-wave being made. So when I throw the fibs on that, got an extended 1 wave here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be getting a 5-wave down to the downside. See, I don't know, guys. I'm really just a big I don't know burger on Litecoin, but everything's just looking down, down, down. Yeah, be careful on Litecoin, guys. I don't have a clear take on it from an Elliott wave perspective right now. I'm going to work on it today and see if I can bring you a little bit more clarity later on. But all I know is the big yellow one's the sun. The big yellow one's the sun. That's a Brian Regan line. All right, there's our comment for the day. The big yellow one's the sun. All right, put that. For those of you who are new, it's just a fun way to get some comments in there, and also just so you guys don't have to tell me every day how much you love me, and it's not all about me. It's just about let's throw some comments in there. Let's get some subscribers here and help the channel out in return for for putting this content out. Yeah, and it just gives us some fun. It lets me know who's watching all the way to the end as well. So yeah, the big yellow one's the sun. And yeah, and look that up. Look up Brian Regan. You'll have a lot of fun listening to him. Let me just not quit too. I don't want to quit too quickly here on Litecoin. Here, I don't want to be a giver upper. It looks like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, is that 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It feels like we need to come down, down, down. 58. That's just where I feel like we need it from the bigger picture. It just looks like that's what we need to do. But this is very impulsive. This move is very impulsive. This move was impulsive. We might be getting a larger 4-wave. So this might be the end of 3 right here. So a way to count this might be 1, 2, 3. We're getting 4 here. It's going to be a 5, 3, 5. It won't break the plane of the 1. Right here, And then we're going to get one more move to the downside. All right, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Where would that put us then? 73.68, 76.49. Those are your two targets. 1-to-1 extension, 73.68. 1276 is 76.49. Here's the way I would play it. Wait for this 5 waves to finish. Okay, wait for it to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a 3-wave pullback. As long as it's 3 waves and it measures correctively, trade that to the upside. Be a nice little trade. 65 to 73. That's a nice trade. Okay, that's the way I would do it. That's the way I'd play it. All right, guys. Ethereum. Ethereum. Right now, I got an ABC move with a ending diagonal as the C wave. That's a potential. Or we have a 5-wave move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ending diagonal again. Again, looks like we need to come down here. Looks like we need to come down here. Really hard to say. Really hard to say. Let's look in at the 15-minute at this wave. This wave can be measured impulsively. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 waves there. Impulse. Really junky. What is that right there? Where's the 3 waves? Is it right here? Yep, 1, 2, 7, 6. There it is. There's your 3 waves. A, B, C. Now we're getting an impulse wave to the upside, looks like. There's your 3 wave. We're making 4. Looks like it's coming down to 175. Having one more impulse to the upside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 waves down. And then heading up for another impulse. I'd look for an entry somewhere around the 172, 174 range, possibly. If we get the sorry about all the lines. If we get the retrace there, sorry about this. There we go. Price comes up here. You get a 3-wave pullback. Could potentially go. Not certain about that at all though. Guys, the alts are really hard right now. I don't put a lot of stake in that TA. It's just let them play out because it's just really tricky with what they're doing. So, all right, you guys have a fantastic day. Love you guys. Thanks for all your comments and likes and everything you do for the channel to help it grow. We're almost to 900 subscribers. I think we're only short like 10 of them. So 10 subscribers left to go for 900, and then we'll shoot the moon for 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it. Please do it. You guys have a fantastic Friday. Enjoy your weekend.